Coins are low and the price of everything right now is so high. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can make millions of coins to buy your favorite players from this and the next promo and have the money to keep completing these ridiculous SBCs that do not stop coming. And all you've got to do that is completely free to you but means the world to me. Drop a like down below, subscribe, and if you are on mobile, make sure that you hype the video. So as always, when I talk about making coins, I want to help every single one of you, which means some of you who come here with nothing, I want to build you stuff as well. And that means going over to classic packs, and the first place that we always stop is the only place that you can for free potentially make some coins, and that is going to be your preview packs. The reason being, it costs nothing to try these out and you can get a load of coins, and if you do, then you can go and build towards those coins, but you have a really good objective. You know, if you make 100k here, then you have a huge building block. And usually, even getting a Libertores card was a massive dub. Unfortunately, they have gone down a lot in price. So whereas before, one Lib card in a silver pack was 2k, and it meant that actually I could kind of even out even if I only got one and then get myself another preview pack. Now, it just isn't worth it. That's what's so good about having those preview packs there. It's a free try at something better. If you're sick of every FC game feeling like the World Cup final and everyone's got a better team than you,
can't go on like this, can it?
It can.
But if you can't beat them, join them. I partnered with Eldorado to give you the cheapest coins in FC 26, where you can get millions far cheaper than anywhere else. Not only that, but it's a safe, trusted, and reliable service used by thousands. And with my code PRO5, you get 5% off. Now, I won't hide it, just like the preview packs, and this one gets brought up a lot in these videos because it's a very good building block at the bottom of things, and that is going to be your prime bronze and silver. Now, I will have already done mine. I always do them. As soon as they're out, they are gone. I get these done immediately, and they do refresh every 3 days. So if you've done them already, you will still have more. But these SBCs are just free coins. You can convert your daily silver and bronze, which are here completely free. Each of these costs 1 player. They give you back 12, so it's 11 players for free. So all of these, absolutely very easy to do. And then you can put the players from those that aren't useful elsewhere into these SBCs. So you turn on tradable players to tradables, and even if you don't get a Lib or Sud or any other SBCable player which will sell for a good amount of coins, you can quick sell. And you know, quick selling all the silvers gets you about 2.5k, sometimes more. The bronzes a lot less, but the bronzes can be converted into more quite easily. Putting them in a mixed league squad or putting them in a bronze upgrade to get silvers and then put them in the prime silver upgrade. Now, it probably sounds pretty damn simple, and it absolutely is, because building those first coins is easy, it's the next step is hard, and the last easy thing we have is moments. Now, this, for me, is one of the easiest ways that you can ever make coins. These 2 packs are untradeable, so obviously not going to contribute, but in your seasonal packs, you will have a Moments Rare Gold Players pack, you will have a Moments Welcome pack, free consumables packs, a draft pack, and I think there's one other pack in there. Everything is tradable. The draft pack, obviously, very low in terms of the tokens required, gets you what is a 15. The Rare Gold Players pack, a 50k pack that is essentially free and is tradable. You've then got the Welcome pack, which always drops bangers, and the consumables pack with Shadow and Hunter prices is always going to get you about 15 to 20k as a minimum. Then we have a draft token pack, which gets you a draft token worth 15k. Also, use it in the draft. Remember, you don't have to play a draft to get the rewards. You can go out in the first round, you can concede, you can quit the game, leave your opponent, and you will walk away with about 10k just from those base level rewards. If not, you'll get another draft token, and you've just got to repeat that process until you don't. With that base, you are going to take it straight to the transfer list, because this is where we make our money. Now, you will notice my transfer list and my transfer targets always have something green because we're always selling something. Here, we were selling Hernandez's, we were getting them with shadows or anchors, selling them on for more, because on bid you can win things very, very well. Now, bidding and getting things sold on very much higher price is pretty much my favorite method to make coins. Sometimes you have to relist things. I've undoubtedly got a few cards here that need to be relisted, and it doesn't matter if you need to relist fodder, because fodder will always rise. If it's low or you got it at a point where maybe it's had a little dip, you can always wait, and you're never really going to lose many coins. So heading over to our transfer targets, you will notice I've managed to grab myself 2 French managers, all for the price of 200 coins. Now, I'm assuming these are going for a decent bit more. You can see others on the same day went for more. So let's just have a look at the staff searches. We're looking at French, and we're going to pop this to 200 coins. I'm assuming they go for a little bit more. Okay, 250. We can get both of those guys, actually, funny enough. At 350, if we search there, we're going to find more cards, but once again, not down to the minute. At 400 coins, we can see there it's 2 minutes, and then as we go up, what we're basically looking for is the time to be under the minute mark, because that's where you can see the base price of the card. So around here, it seems like 500 coins would be a reasonable price to set these up, which is good. We've more than doubled the coins of some smart bidding. And of course, that still works. Managers are the easiest ones to make coins off. England, Brazil, and France this year seem to be the most prominent, and you don't have to get these sold on quickly. Look, the reality is 200 coins you could invest in 20 of these for about 4k, picking all of them up on bid and then getting them sold whenever you need to. You know, once these go to a K, which most managers, they go in a cycle and they will go back to a K, you are laughing. Now, the easiest ones, in my opinion, to make profit off at the lower end are the English managers. If we have a look here, I mean, the price on these bad boys is ridiculous. Carver, Coleman, both of these coming out a lot in bronze packs. Same for Foyston. I've recognized that bald head anywhere, so I know I've seen that fella quite a damn lot. So if we scroll down a little bit more, we're going to find this base price for these. 3.5k, we've got 4 of them on the market. If we have a look at 3.6, it does creep up. So realistically, I work out EA tax by doing 10% and half it. So it'd be 350, half that is 175. So if we go there and we go down 200, we're looking at what we would need to get the cards at to not lose coins. Here we would make 25 coins. Of course, not really a respectable amount. If we go down to 3.2, it's 125. But I don't really want to be buy nowing these. One, we're going to have a lot of competition. And two, sniping is just not as efficient with managers. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop this to 3.2 and we're going to go for the bidding. So first of all, in the under minute, we have a ridiculous amount of these. Now what this means is I can bid on every single one of these. I mean, they're all very, very low. And look, not all of them will get one. I may only win 2 of these cards, but the reality is every single card here is undervalued. We are looking at selling every single one of these on for a minimum of 3.5k. Most of these are at 150 coins. So while we wait for those to go up, I'll give myself around the minute while we see how those get increased in price. We're going to go to informs, the same concept. You will notice we cannot buy informs for 10,750. Now what I will say, for any of you investors out there, we will be dropping an investors video tomorrow. It is going to be a banging investment to pick up Team of the Weeks over Black Friday. There is going to be a fair bloody few of them in packs. Now we can see there straight off the bat, there is not many under that 11, sort of 12 mark. What we can still do, of course, is bid on these. And I would be very surprised if there weren't bids available. Yeah, one there, one there. I mean, some of these, admittedly, they're a little bit over the time that we'd usually find the informs on, but I can guarantee you I pick up a couple of those. Now, what we do have to do when you are doing this kind of method is manage the cards you're bidding on. So there we go. Someone was just about to get an absolute steal there. I think people will be outbidding us on a few of these, but we just want to make sure you have to check through each card individually, by the way. They won't update all as one. You have to scroll over the card. So make sure you're doing that. If we win that, that's absolutely obscene, by the way. Surely not. Surely. That's ridiculous. That's got to be a joke. We've absolutely cooked there. So that on its own is 3.3k profit before tax. That one there, oh my God. Surely not. Surely not. That's absolutely outrageous, boys. We've absolutely had a stormer there. That's, I mean, we could sell all of these instantly. Surely. I'm genuinely shocked. Genuinely shocked. Now, for those of you who have started this video with a low amount of coins, please bear in mind, boys, we've bidded on some of these at far higher than that 500. We have just made off of these 4 cards 15k almost. That is absolutely bonkers. Now, if we go through the rest of them, we don't even have to keep bidding those further ones up. We know who we're going to stick to, and it's going to be these cheaper cards. I cannot believe the profit we're about to make from them. We're going to get these all up. I mean, we could sell them under that free. I think we're going to go free just to get them all gone quickly. Look, realistically, boys, we could wait a bit longer. We could get a little bit more profit out of them, but I want to get these gone. That is a lovely, lovely, lovely return from these guys. And I'm honestly still a bit shocked. Like, listen, for a video, it's always a banger, but I'm genuinely surprised that we've got that much coins like that. We picked ourselves Taz here. Now, we can see here, look, we're getting outbidded on the 1.5k. You can see there, it obviously pays to have the bids starting off higher. I do not believe that we've just done all 3 of those so quickly. It's honestly absurd. We've also sold a few of our 85, so we will notice we were picking these up for 3.3. So actually some good profits on all of these, assumingly the price of those has gone up a little bit. And if you would be so kind to do a little extra to help out the video, down below there's a new feature on YouTube which is called Hype. If enough of you hype this video, we can hit the leaderboards and it will push the channel further, and I can create more and better content for you. While you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. These sold for 3 and 3k. We definitely could have got more, but look, I'm absolutely very happy with that profit. Now you can see my 85s have begun to sell, and we're not going to touch too much on investments here. There will be a video for that tomorrow, but make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Now, looking at the profit we have just made off those cards, all 4 of them, we got a total of just under 15,000 coins. Your next best bet would be to do marquee matchups with those coins. The reason being, this is the only SBC you are guaranteed profit from doing it at its lowest price. And usually what happens is marquee matchups will spike over the first few days and then go down by the Monday, Tuesday of that week it's released. So if you do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's a lot lower. And also if you have the cards, now of course if you have the cards already, different story, you can do it whenever you want. If you're buying the cards, it's just better to wait for them to settle down. But this SBC will always get you 10k profit, and most of the time you'll get something a little bit better, but of course that's not guaranteed. If you have the cards in your club, it is a straight 20k for free. And of course I don't need to tell you guys that you can craft it with your daily gold, your daily bronze, your daily silvers, etc. We're looking at informs earlier. Obviously we can't really pick these up much under that sort of 12k mark. Most of them are going to go instantly. We picked one up on bid, which is a little more than I would have liked to bid on it. It's just over in 11,250. Now I don't mind that. We actually will keep this one as an investment. It certainly will be going up, but what you want to be doing for your bids is not going over 10,750, so you can sell these instantly. That was an error on my part. Now we can see I obviously just had the most generational run of those bids, but you won't get them if you're not bidding, and we will continue to bid on these because even that 27 is going to instantly sell. Even that 850, that 900, all of these will sell. And I honestly think that time per coin, this is one of the best methods you will find. We've kept to 11k on all three of these informs. Obviously you can see they are coming to a close. We'll hopefully win all of them. We can sell them instantly for 12 and make good profit. We're going to see if we go back, can we get any more? 10,750 being our mark here. We've got some straight away. There's a few on this last sort of legs of the page, so I'll absolutely take this. Ooh, we've been a little bit over on that one, but we'll take a few more. Obviously the 84s, 83s, always better than the lower rated. Honest next step is always going to be to heroes, and then you convert to icons. It's kind of an easy uphill ceiling. So we're going to go for heroes. You can pick a league, pick a position. Obviously when you go further up, an easy one is always Prem CDM. You'll find Torre and Ramirez, very similar prices all year round. It's a very easy way to make a huge profit when you have the coins to do so, because they're in the same position. Now we don't have that early on. We have much more limited stuff. However, goalkeeper in the Premier League is a good one. So you see Dudek here straight away, got Campos there, and you'll also have Howard. Now Howard and Dudek sit at a very similar price right now, not too much over the minimum for their position and their hero card type. So we're looking at around realistically 35,000 coins, not too much more, and bang on sort of 36 and a bit. Now realistically, you don't want to be picking these up on bids most of the time because it will be a little bit harder. It's not as easy to bid on these higher tier cards. But first of all, just to work out where these are actually going to sell for us, it does seem that maybe 39 seems to be the point where there's a few more on the market. So we can see here 39, actually that 36 is looking quite appealing because realistically we could sell him at 40. So we're going to grab that one. Now this is a risk. I wouldn't always say take these risks, but I'm going to aim to sell him at 40,000. There's not many cards on the market. EA tax will be 2k. I can even go there, and with that 2k EA tax, I'm still making 1,000 coins. It's just under 2k for this price. With that in mind, what we really want to do if we are going to bid, and we'll bid on a few, and obviously the bidding method does require more coins. To bid on 4 of these, I need over 100k. So that's one thing to bear in mind. You definitely don't need that much to do a little bit of sniping on these, but we can bid on all of the cards on the market right now. Be a little bit more cautious with the higher bids because sometimes, you know, for example, if the market goes down in any way, you're stuck paying that higher price, but sometimes it's not too bad. Obviously, as I mentioned, you're going to need way more coins to do that. So let's have a look at the options when sniping them. We're looking for realistically 36 and below for this. Obviously compare price exists, but we just picked off the cheapest one off the market, so we can't compare price off of that one. The next best would be a 37, which still isn't too bad, and it does seem like there isn't a lot of competition with these. We did see really quite easily that there are a few hero goalkeepers there that are very low. Oh, that's terrible. Oh wow, we've managed to do it. Okay, that was one of the worst snipes you will ever see in one of my videos, but we've managed to get him at 35k. We're going to obviously list straight away and get that sold up for the same 39,500. So this one would be a little bit of extra profit. I think it's 1,500 after EA tax there. And just to show all the methods, obviously the other one is compare price. So we'd sit here, do the exact same process for this one. We're just aiming to get a nice little 36, sort of 36 or under, juicy little card to pop up, and you scroll over, and it's actually a lot easier to snipe on compare price. In my opinion, this year, as you saw with that last snipe, there's this kind of glitch where things don't snipe properly. And what it does mean is if you're not perfect with the snipe, or if the bug comes up, you're kind of stuck. You miss a lot of cards. So I do prefer compare price. In that sense, I do think EA should fix that bug because it is very frustrating. Now, obviously, the direct move up from a hero is an icon, and that's an easy way to go along. So we can have a look at the lower end of icons. You do have cheap icons in every single nation. As we can see here, Sissy being the cheap one. You do want to make sure there is more than just one. Obviously Brazil, actually there is literally one card under that 200k mark, and it is Sissy, so she's not going to work too well. France, we have, of course, we're going to have Perez, we've got Pichon. Does look like just both of them, which once again, it does work, but it's kind of that scraping level. Realistically, we did Ian Rush the other day, and it can be sometimes a little bit tiresome selling these on because there's not a lot of people wanting them. So having a look, first of all, we're not far off the minimum being about 75k. We're looking very similarly there, and you just want to either buy now or bid on these. We've got 85, I think he sells at about 87. Tax, realistically, we'll work it off as if it's 90k, it's about 4.5. You realistically want to be picking him up under 80k, which is obviously going to be hard. Compare price, probably not your best friend for this. Obviously we're looking realistically, as I said, about 4.5k EA tax. So if we go here, we're making 500 coins. If we go 80, we're making 1.5k. And when you're spending 85k, you probably want to be making that much as well. Now we obviously have pitch on here as well. The best thing that you can do with these is pick a nation that has multiple icons around this value, because it makes it a lot easier rather than just 2. You know, if there's 3 or 4, that's brilliant. I mean, the hero filter with Torre and Ramirez is great because they're both Prem heroes. They are both high end, and they both have the exact same price range, you know, the exact same price as well, so they come up so often. And this one's a little bit difficult because I think icons, they're a little bit trickier sometimes, but you know, it's hit and miss. We did a lot when we did Ian Rush. We got a very easy early snipe, so maybe the luck will come to us early again. Now, speaking of early, let's make sure this video doesn't come out too late. We will call it there, but if you need any help, drop a comment down below. Let me know what's going to help you out. I'll do that for you, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. It's impossible to win a game of FIFA with a team like this, but when your coin balance is low, and so is your bank balance, how can you afford your favorite players? That's where Top 1% Trading comes in. The #1 premium Discord in FC26, ready to make you millions of coins again, and making your dream team a reality.